Hello everyone, welcome back to the TJOmega channel for day 1696 of our daily content grind. We're going to be hitting 1700 days in a row this week. Kind of insane. Thank you to everyone who's been sticking around this long. Maybe we'll do something proper to celebrate the milestone, but that is for later this week. For right now, it's Monday. We got to talk about the news in the Transformers world for the last week. I am recording this Sunday night, so if anything else came up on Monday, we will figure out a way of talking about it at some other point. But for now, let us crack on, and we're going to talk just briefly about something I made a whole video for yesterday, which is Takara Tomy out of nowhere announces missing Link Ironhide, and not only is that not what I expected, because I'm kind of waiting on Soundwave. You know, it doesn't seem like that is the most obvious, easiest one they could possibly do. His design's already pretty articulated. So it's kind of waiting on Soundwave, kind of expecting Megatron. Convoy's been out for a while now. But no, out of nowhere, Ironhide, and it's a completely new mold. I'm fascinated by this idea because it means someone at Takara Tomy had to reimagine the original Vanette as if it would transform into something more akin to the original Car Robots line, and then add the articulation in. It's a fascinating little design idea and process going on. So this is fascinating. Like I said in the video yesterday, it basically rewrites what Missing Link is capable of, and now even stuff that had toys previously can be reimagined and given new figures, just like RC was. I think it's kind of hysterical to find out that Takara Tomy, or at least fans of Japan, dislike the original G1 Ironhide mold as much as many fans in America do. But no, this does lead to a lot of interesting possibilities. I fully expect, obviously, a Ratchet to come of this as well. I keep staring at it going like, is it possible there's like a hidden version of the mode? Because like the more I look at this, the more I realize there are elements from the original toy that's still here. He's using the weapon from the original base mode. I can also see the pelvis section with the hole in it is still there. I'm also noticing tabs on the bottom of the kibble hanging off of his arms. That concerns me because my issue when it comes to brand new Missing Link toys is having them accidentally leaking in like modern design aspects instead. Because the one thing that I feel like Missing Link needs to do, even on its original toys, is still transform like a G1 toy, just like Optimus Prime did, just like Bumblebee did. That's key to getting the feel of these right. Update the articulation all you want, but I want it to feel like I'm playing with the same toy. So when they start putting in things like little tabs that you would associate more with a modern Transformer, that has me like pause for concern just a little bit. Now, these teasers typically do not have a whole lot of shelf life. It shouldn't be long before we get a full gallery and we can really examine this thing. But that's not the only one we get to speculate on. Takara Tomy also announced as part of T-Spark and Transformer New Legends, we are getting a Nemesis version of the brand new Titan Star Optimus Prime. And I'm not sure how I feel about this. So, even in the repaint crazy world that Takara Tomy is, even when the original Star Convoy mold was reissued, they never went the Nemesis route. So now I'm fascinated by the idea, like, let's take one of the biggest toys of last year, and we are just going to do it as the black repaint. Why not? I could name a few reasons why not. I mean, this is supposed to be like Optimus Prime in his final form. This is supposed to be like a one of the 13. This feels like weirdly sacred. Like, I don't like that this particular form of Optimus Prime can get the same cheap black repaint that any other Optimus Prime mold can do. It feels tainted, kinda. But nevertheless, it's going to be a Black Optimus. No idea what the name is going to be. No idea what the, Black Star Convoy would be cool. Nemesis, Star Nemesis Prime would be boring. Yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to see. We do, you can bet on that little Micromaster Hot Rod looking like the Shattered Glass one, I'll tell you that. But I'm curious. And again, these teasers usually don't last long, so shouldn't be too long before we see the real thing. Now, here's another topic that I probably could have made an entire video about because I like ranting about Rodimus Prime in the positive, not the negative, as a lot of fans like to do. So we have another leaked listing, and this one is for a Commander Class 86 Rodimus Prime, which we do in 2027. Now, the curious thing about this is we have Evan from the Transformers team in his past comment, which is, if and when we do an 86 Rodimus Prime, it's going to be brand new from the ground up. That's what Hasbro wants to do. That's what Takara Tomy wants to do. Because while they do have the Kingdom mold, there's a Rodimus Prime just ready to go right there. I don't think it was ever even repainted into anything. They do acknowledge the shortcomings and acknowledge that, like, it's not going to be an appropriate toy as an 86 figure. And I would tend to agree with that. I like that toy, but proportionally, shape-wise, I don't think it really hits Rodimus Prime in the way I really want it to. He's a thinner guy than what the Kingdom figures is. Like, the Kingdom figure is like Rodimus Prime is a veteran leader after he's bulked up a lot, He doesn't have the young leader look anymore. So I'm excited to see what they do. I can't imagine them just doing what the previous Commander class toy did, because then what would be the point? In my head, I'm thinking the trailer needs to do more, even if it's not accurate to the, animation or the original toy. Rodimus's trailer never did anything in the original animation. They literally do whatever they want. They want to, do the evolution thing and break it down into armor. Great. Give me something fun to play with. But in this case, my bigger concern is, how do you handle Rodimus himself? So I do agree with the Kingdom and a lot of the modern interpretations that the front section should detach, leave the trailer as its own thing, and have just Rodimus as his own vehicle. I do not, however, think it should just be the hot rod vehicle mode. That is what the Kingdom figure did. Or that's what the Kingdom figure did. It's a little bulky, but it is basically the same vehicle. It's what Power the Primes did. Hey, it's what Classics did, technically, thanks to third-party upgrades. I would rather it have some kind of unique, futuristic truck mode when he detaches from the trailer, because he's supposed to be a truck now. It's the whole Optimus Prime thing. So I'm hoping for that. I'm hoping to figure out something to do the trailer. And I'm hoping for better shapes and proportions. But other than that, it's an exciting idea. Weirdly enough, I have that Rodimus, but I don't have him out on display. Much as I like Rodimus Prime, that says something about how I feel about the Kingdom figure. I don't think it's all that impressive. So we will see what the brand new version does for us. This one, since this is a computer leak, it's going to be a long time before we actually have any idea of what this is going to be. Now, we have in-hand shots of the new Star Eagle, which is the Anniversary of America piece for the 250th year of America existing. Weirdly patriotic, and coming out a little bit early. I guess you get it out ahead of, I guess you need to get it out ahead of 4th of July. Though this is not actually released yet. Someone just got their hands on one. For what it is, it looks fine. I mean, I will point out the obvious in that that's not an eagle. That's a falcon. Airazor becomes a falcon, not an eagle. So we're getting our anatomy wrong to begin with. Also, this treads delightfully close to Blue Bolt from the Legends comics, which is hence why the photographer has done the nice thing of like putting him with Black Lio Convoy, as well as wielding Blue Bolt from the Omega Prime set. That's a fun little thing to do. I don't know. I don't know. It's a pandering piece design. It's a pandering piece designed solely to make a few extra bucks off a mold that I think we've already seen way too many times. I feel no need to grab Airazor yet again. Like my big redo of Airazor came in the form of a Rathalos Optimus Prime. You know, I don't really need to go in on another Airazor toy. But, you know, it's there for the people who are after it. I'm sure it'll sell fine come July 4th. Of course it will. So, there was a leaked listing for a potential new BrickHeads from LEGO for the Transformers brand, and this time it was Megatron, which raised the question of, well, the BrickHead, Optimus, and Bumblebee, which I never saw in any store, by the way, those include their vehicle modes. So if they're going to do Megatron, what are they going to do? Because obviously they're not going to do the gun, and LEGO has very strict rules against tanks and military vehicles in their toy line. So we got the happy little medium here. It's this space age rolling cannon. I can't even call it a tank. It's too dinky to call a tank. It just kind of looks like this weird rolling gun drone thing. It's a hysterical idea. And what's funny to me is that it's just a little brief insight to how LEGO is like going for the problem of what does Megatron turn into? Because at some point you figure like the larger LEGO kits have to include Megatron. You know, we've got Optimus Prime. We need to have a Megatron at some point. He's got to turn into something. So I'm assuming if we ever do get LEGO Megatron, the something he turns into is most likely going to be some kind of space age cannon or tank of some kind. Nothing realistic. No actual military vehicles will appear in the LEGO line. So we sit and wait, but it's an amusing set to tide you over. I'm not entirely sure it is the best iteration they could have made on Megatron. But then again, I don't do the BrickHeads. So I don't know, maybe this is par for the course for all I know. I'm not particularly thrilled with it. I think it would help more if I could actually freaking find the original sets. Not that I want those, just annoying I don't ever see them. Yolo Park showing off some in-hand shots of their new Bumblebee toy. So let's take a good look at this now that we have someone, someone with just like a normal camera and normal sensibilities. This looks like something I would find off of eBay from someone who claims it is incredibly rare and in near perfect shape, and wanting, $800 for it. That is to say, the weathering is done very, very well. He looks like he is worn and torn. Very articulated. Very, very articulated. Much like a lot of the Yolo Park stuff, swapping the face entails completely dismantling the head. But that also, why does he have duck lips? Why did you give Bumblebee duck lips? Not sure how I feel about that. And you made him dab. Okay. Okay, yeah, and the photographer knows the assignment. I see it. It is a good-looking Bumblebee. And there's Spike, looking way better than any of Hasbro's miniature Spike figures. Of course, I guess this one is quite a bit bigger. Yep, there's the usual display stand the Yolo Parks come with. Because Cliff Jumper, The mold includes the bazooka, so I guess. Yeah, okay, so I believe this is particularly like a specifically worn out like AMK. Yeah, is this the AMK Pro? Yes. Okay, that's why the extra weathering and the visible die cast. So the original one, if you want a clean one, is available and out there, but if you want something with a little bit more meat to it, and a little bit more character, now you have the AMK Pro. So there you go. Bumblebee's aplenty for you. All right, so this is I always like second guess how to pronounce this. This is Auldey, and we are looking in at their new AA Elite Wave 4. And this one has some fun ones to it. So, okay, we'll get back to you guys. Ultra Magnus, who is looking really, really nice. Shockwave, also looking really, really good. Our boy Thundercracker. White Optimus Prime. So both iterations of Ultra Magnus from G1 are included here. Great. Ironhide. You just seem to be popular right now, Ironhide. Congratulations. A fascinating little set. So you've got a Buzzsaw to go with your previous Soundwave figure, but you also have Outback and Beachcomber. Because mini-bots, I guess. I mean, it's a good shout. I'm not going to take that away. But then you have the repaints, the chases, I assume. So the first one being something akin to Shockwave, or the Galactic Man version of that mold. Fun little thing for the people unaware. We never had the Shockwave mold as an official Transformer toy. Well, we did. What I mean is, that was a licensed mold. So that one also got licensed to Radio Shack to make a toy. And that's in a close approximation. And we have the Shattered Glass Ultra Magnus with the zombie head that I never liked. But, you know, because the zombie head means I can't just pretend this is Delta Magnus. That part gets to me. But it's a nice little assortment. I like the characters that they chose. It's a pretty good pick. So, more little minifigures if you have been collecting those. Now, for the more major collectors out there, because I've seen how much these things can go for, Hallmark has given us brand new galleries of their upcoming holiday ornaments for Transformers, and their Optimus Prime bursting out of a symbol, which looks like it will look hysterical from the side. Like, it looks like he is very thick in the legs, depth-wise. I do like how much Greeble has gone into the Autobot logo. That is an extreme and unnecessary amount of detail. Same exact shot all the way around. And hey, look, the backside is blank, but you didn't know. And then here's another one, which is based on the Optimus Prime My Little Pony that came out years ago. That's an incredibly random pull. But I guess if you're going to put another Transformer item out, because those always sell well, and you want a little bit of My Little Pony, okay, fine. Innocent enough, it works. So those are going to be available probably relatively soon. Hallmark ornaments don't really like conform to the holiday season, so just sit back and wait. These will be up, no problem, no time at all, if you are actually collecting these. We got another campaign. This is Cujico. They are doing a brand new giveaway of Transformers merchandise. We have a tote bag featuring Optimus and Megatron, as well as a full cast of characters. We have little acrylic standees, Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Jazz, Grimlock. That's a cute drawing of Grimlock. We've got Skyfire. I say Skyfire because it's based on the cartoon version. We got Megatron. We got Starscream, Soundwave, Astro Train, and my boy Blitzwing got one. Guess who's never going to be able to get one of these, by the way? And then a few others that include printed scenes from the original cartoon, as well as lyrics from the theme songs, which is kind of a neat little pull. And I'm assuming quotes. Since all these texts are different, I'm assuming quotes from the episodes. I have no idea what they say. I cannot read this. You get your acrylic keychains as well, again, featuring shots from different episodes. DevCon got one, which is wild to me. Crimson got one. Okay, and then you get these little tokens. So yeah, quite a bit of price, quite a bit. Let's see. Ticket price is 770 yen. Sales period from May 1st to June 7th. Good luck to anyone who has the opportunity for orders off of Cujico.com in order to actually get a hold of those. And we're going to finish it off with one of the weirdest items I have seen out of Transformers in a long time. Okay, so this is LDCX, who is showing off their official suction cup figurines for Transformers. So these are weirdly assembled little guys, as you can see from the jointage on them. They are specifically designed to stick to things, which is hysterical to me. Also makes me realize these are just renders, because that is not how arms work, Ironhide. Yeah, so they're just quirky little figures. Like, okay, stick them on a wall, stick them on a window of your car, stick them in the shower. You just need to have Transformers anywhere where there's a viable, flat, potentially wet surface. There you go. And that is one of the weirdest items I've seen in a long time, which means that is the end of the news roundup. So, as always, thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Hello everyone, I am Astral Agent Magnetar, a Tokusatsu VTuber, and I am streaming 4 times a week over on Twitch, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday afternoons, and a special late night one on late Friday/early Saturday. So come watch, come hang out, and let's make an impact together.